Mad Max coming to you live from Closeout Bats, and today I am talking about Rawlings softball gloves for 2021, and right here I have the R9 series. So this is going to be the 2021 season, and this will be the R9 softball series, which we have fallen in love with. It replaced a legendary series from Rawlings called the Gamer Series. The Gamer Series spoke for itself. You would go to practice, you'd have a couple warm-up catches, take about a week, 2 weeks, and boom, the glove is ready kind of to go out there. You could start using it for game action as well. The R9 is really the same thing. It's going to ultimately be just a rebranding, essentially, the R9 softball series. And what's so great about the R9 softball series is from here on out, when you see a Rawlings glove upwards, so you go from the R9 to the Liberty to the Heart of the Hide right now. Those gloves all will have the same type of pro design to them, meaning you'll have the pull tab feature on both. You'll have the same open back on the catcher's mitt. Everything's going to be the same. It's just going to come down to breaking time. So if you put a percentage on it like Rawlings does, they say that these gloves are 80% of the way there, which means it's 20% on you to kind of get the rest of this glove broken in and game ready and to your liking. Let's start it off with the catcher's mitt, because there is a glove here for everybody. And also sometimes girls play, one girl plays an infield, then she also catches. You could go with, catcher's mitt here and then the position glove there. A lot of times girls do that, especially with this R9 series, because of how kind of, it just feels on the hands. It feels really nice. It feels smooth. Feels like a glove that will ultimately you'll get your money's worth out of, a couple of years out of, but not obviously that glove that's going to take you 4 or 5 years out of high school. But for the next kind of 2 to 3 years, it is a awesome glove. Middle school girls love this. We have some girls that play high school ball that maybe secondary position would use something like this. But we're going to have the catcher's mitt. It's going to be 33 inches. The way we measure that is going to be the total circumference around that, which is pretty standard for the catcher's mitt, 33 inch. Some girls like 34, but 33 is going to be pretty standard for that middle school age and younger. You're going to have a first baseman's mitt, which obviously comes in right hand and left hand throw. And the way we measure this will be from the heel to the tip of the web. We'll have that H-web design. And then secondary, I mean, the colorway on this is I like the gray. It's very neutral. I think I could even see some boys kind of wanting to kind of dig into this. You're going to have two 12-inch gloves. And the reason why some people might be scratching their head going, why do you have two 12-inch? That seems kind of counterproductive. You're going to have one right here, which is going to obviously have that old school type of web style to it. The basket web, as they like to call it. And you're going to have this one, which is going to have the basket web, but will have that new kind of pattern way to it, just more for design feature than anything else. But this one will have a finger shift. If nobody knows what finger shift means, it's all right. Finger shift just means you put 2 fingers in the pinky stall for a little bit more leverage to kind of close it. It kind of makes the glove, a 12 becomes not 12 and a half, but maybe 12 and a quarter. Now, the same thing goes for 12 and a half. You're going to have 2 gloves, and the reason why now you probably know is you're going to have one right here, which will be finger shift, and one that will not be finger shift. So they kind of reverse it. You're going to get that kind of confused me at first too. People, I could see, so on the 12-inch, this style web is finger shift. On the 12 and a half, this style web is finger shift. So just replay that back, and then you'll be able to kind of understand it. They reverse the finger shift design on both of them. Then you're going to have the 11 and 3/4 quarters, which is good strictly for infield, like only infield. You play second, you play short. This is where you want to use this. And then you have the 13, which is obviously only good for the outfield. The 12 you can use for pitching. The 12 and a half obviously used for everywhere. And what a great series. I mean, I love this series because of how well it is, kind of from a broken in standpoint, can kind of close this with ease. And you're not getting a cheap quality glove, because you can feel it and you're like, this glove is going to give me, pretty much those 2 to 3 years that I'm looking for to bridge the gap into high school. If you're looking for a great value, a great glove that will break in very easily, look at the R9 softball series for 2021 on the Closeout Bats website this year, where you can always shop smart and save big bucks.